gotta realize the situation that you in, you don't want to be there forever. And if you keep doing the same you're not gonna go nowhere.
I feel like not everyone knows, but everybody think that they know. Everybody think they have the formula to get to where they want, and it all falls apart, and it's just like, whoop, I tried.
And that's the mentality a lot of people in the hood have. They worry about everyone else except for themselves.
That's a fact.
And at the end of the day, ain't nobody gonna come to save your ass out the hood, bro.
Just because they feel sorry for you.
What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the Hood Endless Podcast, where we talk about that real hood shit. And today, we got a very special episode for you where this might hit home. So you want to stay tuned. But before that, guys, if you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe. All we're doing is trying to entertain you. Click that bell so you get post notifications because we drop a video every single week. And follow us on all the platforms at The Hood Analyst, whether that be Instagram, TikTok, everywhere, Twitter, because we drop content every single day. And if you want to listen to this episode and you don't want to watch it, follow us on any of the podcast platforms, whether that be Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or Amazon Music. So let's get right into it. My co-host to the right of me.
Hey, it's your boy Killbody. Got in that mode and stayed in that mode. You gotta say it twice like a Pokemon. Hey, body.
And then we have
ISO. I know ISO mean one, but I'm too isolated. Chop.
And you have your boy Just. Yeah, I'm usually behind the scenes, but today I'm going to be doing a little bit of hosting myself. But besides that, let's get right into it. Guys, why don't most people make it out the hood? Who wants to answer that first?
I feel like most people don't make it out the hood because people is too worried about the next man and what they have going on, and they throw hate with block blessings from them.
Okay, all right, valid. I agree with that. I say people don't make it out the hood because they adopt a mentality from being there for so long and don't realize that you make it out the hood in your mind first. Your environment gonna change when you change your mind. That's why I think people don't make it out the hood.
And honestly, I really think, for my answer, that it's all in the effort. Like, most people are lazy, bro. Most people are comfortable where they at, and they don't want to do nothing. So that's literally what it is. They don't want to get out their comfort zone. They don't want to get out that box that they secured themselves into, and that's why they never make it out the fucking hood.
So, like, basically you saying like that people don't want it enough, that they just want to be famous and known in the hood, and they're satisfied with just that.
Nah, it's the fact that people want to be famous and known without no work. They want to just get up and just be, oh, I got 1 million followers and $1 million. That shit don't work like that.
Yeah, I think it's not a blatant facade that's pushed on society, but just think about how you've seen the world since you've grown up. And the celebrities we follow, the movie stars, rappers, all of that stuff, it just looks so effortless and easy, but they don't understand that it's marketed that way. Life is not like that. And I think that in the hood, we kind of mix those things up way too much. Like, I could look at a rap video or I could look at a movie and be like, all right, that's a movie. Like, I'm not going to base my life based on what that person got going on. I think we do that in the hood a lot. So it's like we grow up thinking like, all right, if I do this or do that, 1-2 step, straight line, I'll be here, just like whoever is at that position. But life is not like that. Like, you go up and down all the time. Like, and then celebrities are going through that shit too. They just don't show you that part. So
Of course not.
I think that's why people stay in the hood too.
Yeah, I mean, nobody really sees the behind the scenes of everything that goes on to get to that fame. Because, you know, there's a lot of people that's been down for their entire life and get one motherfucking break. And then, boom, it look like it's overnight, like they did it, you know, the next day.
Yeah, but people don't know that the true work that goes into that.
Yeah, like sometimes the people crying, you know, the fact that they work so hard and people don't see those things. People don't see those breakdowns. People don't see that the work that it takes to actually be successful. And then when you're coming from the hood, the opportunities around is not there. So you got to work even more hard to get to where you want to be.
Word. It's really a mentality. I could think back on days where it was me and you, Trap, me and you just where we was just in the crib, and I had that dream, just like everybody that come on this show, everybody I see online. I understand. I was in those shoes with y'all, and I'm not gonna say I'm a smart person, but people around me would say that, I'm not stupid. I'll let them speak for me on that. But I say all of that to say this. No matter who you are, that shit can infiltrate your mind. Like he was trying to tell me for years, you're talented, you're good at what you do, but you don't know business. And it went in one ear and out the other every motherfucking time. It's not like we talking to the worst person in the hood that got nothing nah, it's the normal everyday average person. You just got to realize the situation that you in, you don't want to be there forever. And if you keep doing the same shit, you're not gonna go nowhere.
It's gonna become a pattern.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like literally it's just the same pattern. Like if you're gonna do the same type of effort, the same type of routine, you're gonna get the same type of results. You're never gonna change. And that's what I never understood about people, especially ones in the hood. They want to do the same shit and then they expect this different outcomes. Like that's not how shit never works. And that's the reason why they're in the hood still and they will never get out, because they have the same mindset year over year and they never change. So there's something that's called adaptability, right? You got to adapt to your situation, right? Most people, they're comfortable. They got all their basic needs met and that's it for them. So they think that that's fine. Like it's not. Like if you want more from yourself, you got to push yourself to do more. You got to get into that uncomfortable state, because once you put yourself in that uncomfortable state for like a couple years, you're going to get better. You're going to get more tolerance to do certain things. And then that's when you excel. But if you don't put yourself in that situation, there's nowhere to go. And especially in the hood, like the mentality, the environment, like everybody's envious. Everybody's, for themselves. They don't want to work with nobody. So you got to sometimes step out the hood to even make a opportunity for yourself. And most people don't even want to do that.
You get that.
Do you think people know in the hood? Do you think people know better? Like all of the stuff that we saying, they know it and they just don't do it? Or do you think that we have a reason to be speaking like this? Which one do you think is more? The absence of knowledge and what to do, or you think they have the knowledge and they just don't do it?
I don't give a fuck. Literally, there's no fucking excuse for not having the knowledge in this day in society. There's the internet.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You watch everything else, but you can't watch something to grow and build your mind. There's no fucking excuse for that.
Oh, no, never.
There's no excuse for that shit. So if you're in your situation and you're stuck in that situation and you don't want to learn to get better, to get out of your situation, that's your fucking fault. Simple as that.
You're the only person to blame for that.
Literally. You're stuck in your own situation. Now, granted, there are times and places where you are locked into your environment and there's, not much that you can do. But the fact that you do not make the effort at all, it's your fucking fault for why you're in the same position.
Exactly. And to answer your question, Kill, I feel like not everyone knows, but everybody think that they know. Everybody think they have the formula to get to where they want. And it all falls apart and it's just like, ooh, I tried.
Damn, yo, that's so real, because that's definitely was me. That was me in the past. I thought that I had it figured out. I thought I had the plan. I didn't have a team. I didn't think I needed a team. The way we speaking about it makes it seem like we chastising, but I want to use myself as an example because I can only speak about myself. So that's mad true. Like I thought I had it all figured out. It was like a spell. It was like I didn't even see opportunities. I didn't think about how I could work with other people because I had not a solid plan, but I had some sort of plan in my mind and I wasn't trying to deviate from that, which is kind of good to be driven like that. But if it's all on a whack ass plan that don't got no sort of way to get any fruitful reward out of your investment, then you just as dumb as everybody else. And that's where I was at.
And no bullshit, they be taking the advice from the wrong fucking people. How are you gonna take advice from somebody that's in the exact same motherfucker, even worse situation that you're in, and then everybody that's on a better situation from the outside looking in and try to tell you something that's doing better than you? They're like, nah, man, he don't know, man. That motherfucker is he Hollywood, blah blah blah, this and that third. I'm like, bro, you want what he got, and you're not gonna listen to what he's telling you. You want to listen to the other person? Come on now.
You don't want to know. Excuse me. What else is crazy? And I used to do this. I used to condemn anybody who had more than me, and I used to do it by thinking like they probably did some bullshit or some foul shit to get that car or to get that house, not realizing that niggas be coming from worse situations than me.
And still making it.
Immigrants. It be niggas that be coming from straight nothing. And then you see them and they got all of this shit. And the first thing I used to think of, because trust me, I had that mentality too. The first thing I used to think of all the time was probably a drug dealer. He probably do this. He probably do that. And that was the worst mentality I ever had.
And it's not always that.
And
exactly.
It's not always that. But the crazy part is there is some times where it's just like that. But guess what? His situation is not your situation. At the end of the day, are you going to do the same things that he does? Are you good with yourself to do the same thing that they do to get to where they want to be? And if that's not the case, then that's not you. You don't got to worry about that situation. But there's all other people that have done it the right way, and you need to model yourself off of them. Don't worry about nobody else. And that's a mentality a lot of people in the hood have. They're worried about everyone else except for themselves.
That's a fact.
And at the end of the day, ain't nobody gonna come to save your ass out the hood, bro. You gotta do that shit yourself. Ain't nobody gonna come from they plush living to come drop down in the trenches and come pick you up randomly, unless you're probably a female.
Just because they feel sorry for you.
Yeah, feel sorry for you.
Ask every single one of our guests that came up here and ask them if somebody came and got them since they've been on the show out the hood to help them.
No.
Never.
They're not even looking in that place. Why would you want to look in the worst places of the worst places for something? That's just stupid. You already have the opportunity where you're at if you're successful. You're not going to come down fucking 12 levels to go find somebody. No, that's just dumb. You're just putting an investment somewhere where it has like a 5% chance of even getting a return on it.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure we all agree that success is different for everybody. But to become successful, that's the key word. You have to become. You got to be another person. Mm-hmm. With that being said, what are some qualities that people from the hood should drop, let go of, so they can evolve and become a better person? Because we always talk about, you got to be consistent. You got to do this. You got to do that. We know what we have to do. Mm-hmm. What do we have to unlearn?
We have to unlearn the stationary mindset. You have to learn to be able to adapt to your situation and to be open to learn to anyone that comes try to help you, because you already know that whatever you've been doing for X amount of years is not working for you. You gotta fucking change yourself. You gotta get yourself out the hood mindset. Because put like this, when you're in the hood, name 5 people that are doing well in the hood. And if you don't know them personally, and that's a problem. Now, tell me you go to a different hood, you go OT, and this is what you got to do. You got to go out of town. You got to see how regular people live. And then that's how you want to place yourself. You got to start acting like them, because that's how normal people live. Because in the hood, I get it. There's a lot of violence. There's a lot of envy. There's a lot of jealousy. So you got to watch your back, and you got to act the same way as other people do, because they will grime you. But that's not really how it is in the real world. Like, and outside of like going out of town, going in these nice neighborhoods, you don't see those things. People are friendly, people mind their business, and people just do what they do. And in the hood, we're worried about everyone else, and we're not worried about helping each other. And that's the reason why most people don't get out.
Talk to them. This reminded me, I picked up 2 people. I'm not going to name who they are, and I don't know them too much personally, but 2 ladies, black women, a little bit older than me. I picked them up and I was dropping them off at the doctor's office. So on our way, damn, I don't even want to give that information out, but I was driving through a Jewish community. So I'm driving through, and the Jews always dress the same. They got the suits on, they dress formally. We driving through, and the lady in the back seat was like, "Look at those Jews, I hate them." And I was just thinking in my mind, like, That's the hood mentality right there. They're not bothering nobody. They're walking down the street in their suit doing whatever the fuck they want to do. And she just had to express that she hates them. First off, she probably don't even know why. The reason why she hate them is because they got what she want.
Mm-hmm. That's literally what it is. People are very envious of what other people have, and they don't want to know what they did to get there. They don't want to work themselves to get there. They just want that shit just plopped on their lap, and they're mad at everybody else and mad at the world that they can't have it because they don't want to do no work.
Word, yeah, that shit made me like, it just, this is why we talk on this show, because we really trying to change that mentality, because I really didn't understand the strong word, like why you hate him. Like, He got the little cap on. He looked like he was like 17 years old. And she's like, I hate the motherfuckers. I'm like, damn, like.
It's just stupid.
Yeah,
now, on the word of hate, bro, like, what? Why do people in the hood just have that just huge hate for each other?
I think it's because we feel like we weren't given a silver spoon. We the school environment is crazy too. You're going to school with people. Yeah, it's a public school, but some people better off than others. I'm just
the perception
exactly
is that they're better off.
Yeah,
than
the perception that they're better off than others. They send in these kids to school in designer and clothes and shit. Like, just being honest, like that shit used to affect me. I used to look at shit like, if I don't have that, am I not cool? Like, when you're 11, 12, 13 years old, we're not going to act like I was always that nigga. Like, nah, I used to look at shit and be like,
damn, I wish I had that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so what you think?
I mean, everybody, you're gonna look at it like, oh, I wish I had that, but it all takes what steps did he take to get there? They have that.
I absolutely. I just think we talking about priorities right now. Yeah. So I think that's another thing that we got in the hood fucked up too, because you can have the nice car, the nice clothes and all that, but you're still living check to check, trying to find out how you're going to pay your rent.
Check to check. You're in the negative. That's the crazy part, bro. People will go broke just to impress other people that really don't care about them.
That's insane.
That's insane. Like, the fact of the matter is, bro, you make what? Maybe like $2,000 a month, because usually in the hood, just low income or whatever have you. The fact that you're going out your way to go buy $200 sneakers every other weekend, and you don't have, the ability to go out and eat anything that you want to eat, or you don't have enough savings to cover you for the next like 5-6 months. It's crazy to me, because at the end of the day, are those shoes are gonna put food on your bed?
No.
Are those people, when you reach out to them, the ones that you're trying to impress, are they gonna reach out to you and help you in your situation of need? No. So what's the issue for you to want to impress those people? Like, you should be trying to impress yourself. You should be trying to, get better within yourself. But most people don't want to do that. They want to get the attention, and the attention has no fucking currency unless you're making money from it. Because at the end of the day, these people in the hood, and I always say this, they want all the social media attention, right? They could be like, oh yeah, look at me, I got 10K followers. Oh, look at me, I got all this likes. But has that attributed to $1 in your account?
Yeah, no. It only make you happy for a moment.
Yeah. And then you got to go for the next post to try to get that attention, to have that validation.
It's like a drug. It's like you're going to keep needing
literally.
You're going to keep needing the feedback from other people. And that's a problem in today's world too, in the hood, that people tend to live for other people.
Mm-hmm. Always. It's always that. And the thing about it is that you live your life, right? You go do your work, you go to school, whatever have you. And the things that you should be focusing on, like to build your character, to build yourself so that you're actually valuable to the world, you're taking all of that energy that should be placed on building yourself into other people. And they're denying all that energy. Like, you going to a party and being the name of the party is cool and all, but if you're not using that to utilize your connections to build like a network of, opportunity for yourself, what is it for? When you go home and you go to sleep and you go to bed, what is that attention doing for you? If you're still sleeping on a pallet, right? And you don't have no sheets, you don't have no covers, you barely got a pillow. What is that attention for? What you gonna have all those materialistic things for? What? when you go home, when you close that door from the outside world, you're uncomfortable. You're depressed.
It's how.
Like, and this is the other thing too, and this is what I say about a lot of people. And this is not just for the hood. You got to learn to love yourself. You got to learn to be by yourself, because at the end of the day, all you got is yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So you trying to get the validation from other people, get the validation from yourself first, and then go seek it from other people. Because once you're good with yourself, you're not going to throw yourself off the cliff trying to get attention or value from other people. It's just simple as that.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of these problems that we speaking about can be fixed with self-esteem. And nobody's going to admit this, but the self-esteem of our people, it be low because we care about what other people think too much.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was growing up, I cared just like anybody else. But once I started realizing that it was doing nothing for me to think about how she felt about me or how my mom felt about me or how my uncle, like, once you be like, look, I'm going to do what I got to do regardless, and I'm going to keep becoming 1% better every day, the people around me are going to have to accept that. They're just going to have to grow with who you are becoming. And I think that a lot of us don't realize that it's really self-esteem. We want people, we try to treat people like chess pieces. Like, we want them to move when we want them to move, say this, we want them to support us, but are we doing those things for ourselves? If we make those moves in our own lives and keep our own words to ourselves, the people around us will be forced to do that.
And that's one thing. Another thing that's a problem is that people are scared to change. People are scared to change themselves, their surroundings, because they fear by how other people may look at them. So it's causing a revolving door, basically.
True. Very true. Very true.
They're literally going in and going out and going into the same room every single day. And they're not upping their priorities.
And they're quick to write off anybody that don't look like them, move like them, or act like them. When they see somebody that, like how it was with the Jews, as soon as you see somebody that's not how you see yourself, you hate them. And I used to do that shit too. I used to be like, what? Like, I'll never wear a suit. That shit is corny. I'll never, not realizing it was only because I was hating. I was hating on what they had. Fuck how they dress and shit.
So let me put this into perspective, right? And this is something that may get a lot of people mad, but I'm sorry. I'm not, but I'm going to just say that. So the people in the hood, they say you're a product of your environment, right?
Talk to them.
Mm-hmm.
But actually, you yourself are the product. And you are benefiting. Actually, you are giving the benefit to the people above you. So those same people that you hate are the same people that own all the shit that you live in.
Talk to them.
All the shit that you wear, all the shit that you want to aspire to be, all those materialistic things, those people that you hate, they own them. So you're paying them whether you like it or not. You could give all the hate that you want, but you're giving your money, your time, everything to them.
Word up. Word up. By being the same person, having that same hood mentality, the people that you look at and condemn are the exact people that you're paying. You're the reason why they don't have to work.
Exactly. You're being their support, even though mentally you're telling yourself like, oh yeah, I would never do this, and yeah, I'm hating on them. You are ultimately supporting them.
And look how crazy it looks. Niggas be so quick to go buy Gucci or whatever the fuck name brands y'all want to buy now and don't even know the person that own it. It's people that wear Gucci and don't even know that it's named after the person that made it.
Mm-hmm.
They just thought it was a name. Like, no. These people make this shit, put it at an extremely high price to make people feel like they got to keep up with the Joneses to get it. Mm-hmm. And then when people get it, it's like, I got it and you don't. Nah. Like, that's what our people really...
mentality.
Word.
And then crazy part is people live their entire life in the hood doing the same thing over and over again and expect why don't we ever get out the hood? It's because you want to do the same thing over and over again. Like, at a point in time when you're growing up, your environment dictates how you think, and that is understandable, right? But then a couple years after that, like, you can't be the victim anymore of your environment.
Word. Victim mentality is another huge thing we got.
Like, the reason why people don't do better is because they're stuck in their ways, and your ways only get changed by either you change your environment, which is a self decision. Nobody's gonna tell you to go move to another place, right? Or you work with what you got inside of your environment to do better. But until you understand that, yeah, this is my fault. Yes, the cards have not been in my favor and the odds are against me, but I'm going to work against the grain and still do what I need to do to be successful.
And the crazy part is, it's other people doing it. That's what always inspired me. Like when I see Jay-Z or 50 Cent or even somebody from my hood like Fetty Wap, yeah, they may not be perfect, but they achieved the goal that I was trying to achieve. So it's no excuses. There's no excuses. As soon as you see another human being do something that you want to do, you can do it. You just got to put your mind to it.
Definitely.
Hey, ISO, like, what I wanted to ask you is that what you think about the social media scene when it comes to, people in the hood?
I feel like people spend too much time on social media, so it becomes like a everyday rotation for you that really blocking you from the things that you're supposed to be seeing. If that makes sense.
Oof, I like that. I like that.
Because you could be on Instagram, okay, it's cool, but you don't know certain things that you could be on Google looking for, but you rather be on Instagram.
Word.
So you're not even using the things around you to the best of your ability.
Facts. Show me who you follow and I'll tell you who you are.
Woof. Talk to him.
That's crazy. I never thought of it like that, ISO, but that is so true. Because I follow certain accounts on IG and all that, and I don't like to be on my phone all the time. But when I do open it, it's accounts that's showing me things that inspire me. But now that you got me thinking, I always been like that. But a lot of these people follow straight entertainment, and there's nothing wrong with that. But it is something wrong with following straight entertainment 24/7. Like he said, you're missing out on the shit that you're supposed to be seeing in the real world or online, because all you're doing is giving all your time to entertainment.
Exactly.
Like that shit is bad, bro. Like, and it's a complete cycle that's been going on for decades now, bro. And it's about time that we change that cycle, man.
Do you think it's some sort of, all right, we talk about the hood, but I like to talk about the world and people in general and all that. Do you think that is something inside of us that just wants to be entertained? Because America has made a killing off of entertainment. Like people love to be entertained. Do you think it's some sort of what do you think is behind that?
Listen, let me tell you one thing, and I'm gonna spill the secret sauce in entertainment, right? All entertainment is an escape from your real life, from society. That's all that it is. That's the reason why people, go to it so much. That's the reason why it's making so much money. Especially that's why like Netflix and Hulu and all the TV shows do all these numbers, is because when you sit down on that couch or lay down in your bed, watching TV, watching a movie is an escape from your actual life that you have to live. All the work and hard work that you got to put is an escape for whatever hour or 2 hours that you watch that movie or 30 minutes that you watch that show.
Damn.
And a lot of people want to escape society. And that's the reason why we have a lot of people that abuse drugs, abuse alcohol, and they're lost in their lives because they want to escape to reality.
Word. And now we got it with so many avenues. You got to become disciplined because it's so many avenues to get that entertainment hit as quick as possible. Your phone, you go home, like you said, Netflix, Hulu, and then everybody around you is always on some entertainment. Like you got to really take the time and be like, all right, I got to do this in moderation.
And then the next thing that I want to say is that since the emergence of social media, or the upbringing of social media, that it's make it so quick to obtain information that people have lost their patience. So everybody wants to do things right now, so quick, right now. If it doesn't happen, I go to the next thing. And you got to understand, to build something, to build that foundation, it takes time. To improve upon that foundation, it takes time. To stay successful, it takes time. So you cannot think that you're going to do something for a couple of hours and be a master at it. It's not going to happen. It takes years, decades probably even more than your lifetime to be a master of what you do. And the crazy part is, and this is throughout history, most people do not accept and understand and have value for what you do until you are gone.
Word, talk to him. For real.
He talking.
For real.
Just to
man.
add to that though, nothing happens overnight. Kobe didn't get good overnight.
Yeah, that's another problem that we got in the hood too. We think too short term. We got to think long term. Long term is the only way you could really guarantee success over a long period of time. And that's what we all really are striving for. But the thing is, the rap culture, the movie, all those cultures, all that entertainment we was talking about, they sell you the dream of it's a shortcut. They make it seem like it's effortless and it's easy to do this. No, that's not the truth. Especially for the young people out there. Think long term. If you got a college plan, do that shit. If you want to become an officer or whatever it is, figure out what you got to do. Think long term. If it's going to take a year or 2 years, just do it.
And plan ahead.
Everybody around you is going to look at you like you crazy because they think in short term. They're like, oh, this nigga really think that this is going to happen. He been going to the gym for 7 months. He really think that he's like, fuck them. Just fuck them. Do what you got to do. And as time passes, you're going to keep getting better and better and moving a little bit more forward and a little bit more forward. Then you notice that gap is going to be so wide, they're not even going to be able to have a conversation with you no more. They literally saw you change who you are and they just like, damn, like I stayed the same the whole time and you know exactly what they're going to do, hate on you.
And then the next thing I want to say is that in the hood, is the reason why most people don't make it out is that they only think they're locked into two different options. And most people would say is either you rap or you make it through sports.
Word.
And the crazy part is you think that if you have that same mentality, you only have two options to get out. So what are the percentages that they choose the hardest shit to make it in to actually pursue? Like, don't get me wrong. If you have the talent for those things, then you go towards that because at the end of the day, people are born with talent, right? Everybody has their own talents. It's just that some people might have to build that talent. Actually, put it like this. If it's natural, if you can do it without thinking, without working, it's a talent. But then if you have to put in energy, it's a skill, right? Some people have talents and some people have gotten skills. Now, you use your talent, which gives you the gap that you don't have to put in that time to be good, to be great. Now, the person that needs to make it a skill might have to work a lot more harder, but the person that has the skill might beat the talent because the person with the talent will be like, oh yeah, I'm cool, I'm good. Like I don't have to work, but the person's outworking you every single day. He's going to overcome your talent and he's going to be better than you.
Yep. And then also too, I did this when I was young too. I compared my situation to other people that was either talented or hardworking, but they had resources. Other people have it's people that want to rap or want to sing or want to do whatever the fuck they want to do and got a dad in the music industry or got a cousin that know this person. Like when you make your decision to figure out what you're going to do, you got to think long term and you have to think about all of the elements. If you from Minnesota, and I don't know the fucking rap culture there, but if you're from Minnesota and the rap culture is not booming there,
you gotta branch out.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta get up and move. You can't just keep staying there.
Because just like ISO said with Kobe, right? Kobe, rest in peace, Kobe. You feel me? Just to say that first. Kobe was talented, right? He was gifted. He had the size, right? He had the athletic ability. He was born with that mindset. I'm sorry. He was born with that mindset.
Kobe was different.
Yeah, he was born with that mindset, right? He had all the things to be great from the jump of when he was coming up. But you think that stopped him from making his talent into a skill, to a mastery? He worked every fucking day. When people were going out and partying, he was still working. And that's the reason why he is one of the top 10 players in all of time, because he put in the work. All those NBA players that are great, even the ones that are subpar, still put in that work every single day. You don't get nowhere without working. You have to put in the work.
And with that being said, is that when them players are working, we only watch the games. We don't tune into the practices. They don't put the practices on TV.
And then the crazy part is, right, we're not just talking about team practice. You think that team practice is the only thing that they practice on? No. On their off days, they're still practicing by themselves, one-on-one with themselves. So nobody sees all that process for them to be scoring 40 points a game, having triple doubles, and being this nice. Nobody sees that work.
Word. Remind yourselves, man, no matter who y'all look up to, shorties, we talking to y'all too, Kim Kardashian, no matter, you have to look at their story. The story will inspire you more than anything, or it'll turn you off. You'll realize, damn, this person got here by fucking this person over or doing this. Like, people see the end result and not realize that it was years prior that they either worked their ass off, got around the right people, whatever they had to do to get into the position that they in today. So shorties, the next time you look at Kylie Jenner, remember where she came from. Niggas, the next time y'all look at Moneybagg Yo or Yo Gotti, you gotta look at the story. That's why I love reading autobiographies. Them shits is amazing. When I read somebody's story and they make it seem like my life is on easy mode, that shit inspired the shit out of you. Like, I like to think about my grandfather. His life was way harder than mine. And when you put it in perspective, that's another thing too with the hood. I think our perspective is off.
Way off.
It's way off because
out of control. Yeah.
I was on the phone with a real close friend of mine, and he was like, "Yo, you never talk to me about your problems. You never open up." And I was like, "Bro, honestly, I put shit into perspective so much, and I'm not gonna out my personal living situation, but I was like, my basic needs are met. Is nothing I'm complaining about, and I'm doing everything in my power to get to where I want to go. What do I got to complain about? I have." In that perspective, my basic needs are met. My family is good. I'm in the opportunity to make my life better. What the fuck do I have to complain about? It's literally
while
nothing.
Those people are complaining, and while those people are depressed, and while those people are saying why my life couldn't do better, you have that mindset that everything is, I'm grateful for everything, and you're attacking everything that you want to do. So while the person is complaining, I'm working.
Exactly.
I'm working all the time.
Exactly.
I love to work.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to be better than anyone else. And you have to put that shit in your mind, bro. Now, granted, in the current part of your life or time or whatever have you, there are people that are going to be better than you, but you cannot think that. You got to think that you're the best person doing what you're doing right now, and you will get better at what you do. Because at the end of the day, as long as your success is what you're okay with yourself, not how other people see it, how you see it, you will be grateful for everything that you do. That's the problem in the hood. Everybody looks like my situation is the worst. My situation is the worst. There are people in third world countries that don't even have clean water to drink.
That's a fact, man.
And you have that and some. And actually a lot more. You're able to go out and have freedom to do whatever you want to do. And some people don't even have the freedom at all to do that. And you're sitting there complaining, bro. Get the fuck out of here.
Talk to him, man. I like to look at life like it's an anime. Everybody got their own timeline. So ISO, yeah, we in business together. Trap, we in business together. Kill, I'm doing what I gotta do. We come together and we created our own timeline of the hood analysts. But other than that, our lives are separate. I'm not in competition with these niggas. My life, I know if I don't do what I gotta do to get where I wanna get, that's on me. That's my timeline. And certain things are gonna happen for me at certain times if I just do what I have to do. So if somebody come to me and be like, yo, how did you do this? Da-da-da. I'm going to tell them, but I'm going to be like, it may not work for you. That's how it worked in my life. I did what I needed to do as Kamal to get to where I need to get as Kamal. So nobody else's story or how it's playing out should affect you. That's their timeline. That's their own little world. You got to have your own little world, do what you got to do in it, and you can make it yours.
And the next thing that I would say is that, competition is good, right?
Definitely.
But have the competition with yourself first. Like, don't let that competition become envious and turn into hate and turn into negativity.
Yeah.
It should be a positive competition. Like, the fact is, like, you guys are all my boys, right? I'm going to always be in competition. I'm going to always say I'm better. We go to the basketball court and we play, I'm better than all of y'all, right? Maybe that's not true, but I think so. And that's what you got to think, right? But at the end of the day, we can all shake hands. That's what the competition is supposed to be, a friendly competition. Once we end that battle, we are against each other to get better as ourselves. But at the end of the day, when everything is said and done, we are still together.
Word. For real. Niggas be falling out over shorties, falling out over money, falling out over
the things that don't matter.
Yeah, that really don't.
But that matters in the hood.
Yeah, in the hood.
Problem.
And that's why most people can't get out of the hood.
Yep.
Like, it's just that simple, bro. Like, there's nothing more to it. There's nothing else more that we can like gripe on and saying that, you know, oh, you do this and this is a short shot to nothing is guaranteed in life. Nothing. No. Tomorrow is never guaranteed. The next hour, we could walk out of here and not make it tomorrow. That's not guaranteed. But you don't think like that. You be grateful for what you have, right? And you make the best out of what you are currently living.
That is a fact, man. When you look back in hindsight too, because I'm a little bit older than them. When you look back in hindsight, I realized I had everything that I needed. Everything that I needed to get to be in a better position. I just didn't utilize it. I had the people, I had the equipment, I had the support, I had all of that, but I wasn't seeing it because my perspective. I was looking in the wrong places. But like he said, once you become grateful, once you realize you are a lot better off than other people out there, you start seeing like, oh, this they have music shop every Friday at this restaurant or whatever like that. Let me go in here and just go talk to the owner. Like, just that little small luxury is gold to somebody that don't have that.
And let me tell you this one thing too.
Definitely.
This is the hood mindset, man. This shit's bad, bro. You really feel like most people really feel like they're too good to do anything. That's the problem. They feel like they're not willing to do certain things because, oh, I'm too good for that. You're in the fucking hood. You're in the fucking trenches. You don't even live in a house. You live in an apartment. Not to say that apartments are bad or whatever, but it's nothing that you own. And you're sitting here thinking that you're better than everybody because you don't have to do certain things. Bruh, if you got to start off working at McDonald's, then you start off working at McDonald's.
Talk to them.
If you got to go to move carts, then you start off moving carts. Understand that, yeah, people might be laughing at you, say, ha, this, then, the third, but I'm doing it the right way. I'm going to get somewhere. That's what all I'm doing. I'm working towards a better future. What the fuck are you doing? Instead of you worrying about yourself, you're worrying about me. And at the end of the day, when I make it and then you're in your same current standing and situation, then you understand that people don't matter to you. That's what they think don't matter.
That is a fact. Even if you pushing carts, remember this. And it's not all about resources, but just remember this. You could be pushing carts. Somebody could be driving a BMW. They could be laughing at you. Just remember, they probably behind on them payments on that BMW. They probably could barely afford where they're living at.
They could go crash that BMW tomorrow, and then guess what? They done put all that investment into that car that's not going to bring them any type of financial value, and they're going to be in the same predicament as you.
Their self-esteem is so low that they have to have a brand new nice car and drive past somebody who perception-wise looks like they're doing worse than them and laugh at them. That's how sad they are inside. And then you spent all of that money to feel like you that nigga, but you're not.
You're not.
Truly not happy.
And crazy part is, and this is what I say all the time, is that the person that you look at, right, whether you're looking down at them or you're looking up at them, the roles could be reversed at any point of time.
Yes.
The person that has $50 million in the bank could lose it all tomorrow and be in the same spot as you. Or you could hit a good opportunity and then become the same person that you were talking about.
Yep, that shit could change tomorrow.
Like this. Life works like a revolving door. It happens at any point in time.
Like a roller coaster.
Literally.
Yep, exactly.
It goes up and down.
Yep.
So be grateful for yourself. Be grateful for what you can do. Because at the end of the day, you can't trust what other people are going to do. You can only trust yourself because you understand that control what you can control. That's it.
Yep.
Control what you can control.
And what is out of your control,
leave it alone.
Yep.
Exactly.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about that shit.
Leave that shit up to God. Like he'll handle all of that. But what you could control, you gotta attack that. You have to.
Yeah. And you gotta work more so that you can control more aspects of your life. That's what it is. You have to work hard until you get to that point. Because yes, some things may be out of your control right now, but you could work to where those things will eventually be coming to your control.
That's a fact.
It's that simple. I saw you got anything to say?
I was actually gonna ask a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, so do you guys think that it's anybody in the hood that with talent that just doesn't have a good work ethic that makes them still here?
Yes, a lot of people do. There's a lot of talented people in the hood that actually, one or two things. They're doing something right now where they think that that's their only option and they're not that good in it and they're talented in something else. And because they're going so hard in that one thing that they're missing their blessing.
They're limiting themselves.
Okay.
So say if a person's a rapper right now and he's rapping and might be all that good, but he might be a very good people's person, a very good speaker. He could do really well in the business scene, in the marketing scene, and he just haven't thought of that avenue to actually work because it was never an option that was brought to him. Because the hood tells you can only make it through sports or you can only make it through rapping.
That's a fact.
And that's not the only thing. And today's age, and I understand back then they're like, oh, some people didn't go to college, some people didn't learn because they didn't have the money or the finances or the resources to do that. We're in today's and age where you can go listen to a podcast and learn things. You can go watch a whole college course online for free.
Yep.
So there's no excuse to why you do not have the necessary information to get better in what you need to do.
Absolutely, man.
And then also, one more thing I would say is that people do not want to do, they rather pursue their happiness than to pursue what's going to work for them, what's going to balance out their life.
Short-term
if you're telling
thinking,
me like, oh yeah, I'm happy selling cupcakes, right? But you don't want to put the effort to make it a business and to go through the hardships and the up and downs with building branding and marketing your business, then okay, that's cool. But then you don't want to do the things that's not going to make you happy. Because put like this, if it came down to it and I had to put food on the table for my family and I had to do this to build myself, if I'm making $50 an hour working as a garbage guy, I'm going to fucking do it. Because guess what? It's not going to be there. It's not going to be that forever. Because if I work for 2-3 years doing that, making $50 an hour, I can save enough to where I can calm down, have enough finances for myself to where I can do what I really want to do. But people do not want to ever make that same sacrifice.
And that's another big problem in the hood is people don't know how to save.
At all. Oh, we can get into the finances right now if y'all really want to.
Get right.
Put like this. Now, you say how I told you about the materialistic things, right? I know that you know people that buy Jordans every single time they come out, right? And now they're inflated because of the economy and inflation and all those things, right? So people are paying about damn near about $200 for sneakers, right? Every single time they come out. Mm-hmm. And you feel me? I used to be a sneakerhead. You feel me? I used to have a sneaker business. You have to, they come out every week, maybe 2 or 3 times a week. And if you're buying it 2-3 times a week, let's say 3 at the high number, that's $600 a week that you're spending for shit that's not going to benefit you. Now imagine you save that $600 a week times 4.
Damn.
That's $2,400 a month.
Just got to be patient.
Times that times 5. Come on now. That's $12,000. Easy. You feel what I'm saying?
Damn.
Now, what would you do with $12K in your bank account?
Get right.
A lot. If an opportunity comes to you, oh yeah, you have a lot of shoes inside of your closet, but if that opportunity comes, you don't have no money to actually go into it.
And it's just like, I feel like same thing like with that aspect, like you truly don't want the shoe, and it's like you gotta create a scenario in your head or that you really like this shoe just to buy it,
just to do everything. But
so it's like basically like spending off emotion.
And
yes.
then exactly,
it's an impulsive buy.
Impulsive buy. And then here's the thing. I'm so glad that you said that. The people behind the Jordan team, whatever product you're buying, they're putting every single effort into making you make an emotional choice. Mm-hmm. So you have to fight that. Like, think about when we driving down the highway, how many McDonald's we see, how many Dunkins we see. They do it like that. So every time you see it, you go, all right, I think I want a coffee. All right. Nah, I don't want coffee. I just had one. All right. I can use another coffee. Like, because they keep showing you it. They keep showing you it. They keep showing you it. They got mad different flavors. You can have it this way. You can have it that way. You got to fight all of that.
And then the thing is too about the hood and about finances is the fact that you don't even have the financial prowess to even make another option for yourself. Like if you're living check to check or if you're in a negative, you can't have those opportunities to move out. You can't have those opportunities to, dress nice, to put in the situations that or get the knowledge that you need to know to be able to get out the situation. So put it like this, and I'll say this about the hood too, why they never make it out. Presentation in the wrong way, right? In the hood, right? Some people talk a certain way. Some people dress a certain way. Some people act a certain way. You're screaming hood.
That's a fact.
At the outside.
That's a fact.
Now, the hood, yes, have opportunities, but most of your opportunities that's going to actually do something for you are outside of the hood. And people that's outside of the hood don't care for the hood, right? They're thinking that's the worst of the worst. If you're presenting yourself that I am from the hood and this is all I am, nobody's ever going to take you seriously.
You just made me think of something else too. We got to do this right here. We have to separate. I hope, I don't know if I'm the first person on the internet, whatever. It's probably people are saying this, but this needs to fucking be said. We have to separate black culture from hood culture. Mm-hmm. They are not the same thing. When somebody's sagging their pants and talking in an ignorant way, I don't say that that's black culture. That's hood culture. That is not being black.
Yeah, because the crazy part about it is that the hood is not just black people.
Exactly.
The hood is whoever lives within
it's a mentality. It's a mentality.
That's how the internet paints the picture.
That is a black thing.
Yeah.
Black, they basically say black communities create hoods.
Word. Exactly. And it's not true. It's not true. It's just the mentality of the people in there. You could be green, you could be blue. It don't matter. I don't like the fact that we say black culture is this type of behavior. We got to separate the two because there's plenty of black people that I know that don't act like that at all. And when they speak properly, I'm not going to be like, oh, you're talking white. No, they just like
I heard that too so many times.
Yeah, like the fuck?
Oh, you Hollywood, or you conformed, or you're part of the man. Like, no, I'm just trying to be a better person.
And like you said, it's about the presentation. Yeah, I could get in this bag and talk the way that I grew up speaking, but if I got an opportunity in my hands and I understand that this is not the way that I came up, is not the way the world operates, I'm gonna make those adjustments. It's just
because put like this, you can't act hood and you can't present yourself and you can't even go to an interview wearing hood clothes and think that you're gonna get it. Because put like this, any opportunity that you can get dressed like that, talking like that, doing like that is not gonna do shit for you. It's gonna be base, level, entry level, and you're never going to move up. All the jobs that you're going to need to actually do well in life, you're going to have to change your presentation because you don't walk into a bank and see a hood teller. You don't walk in a medical place or a hospital or something and see a hood doctor.
And people be thinking that they trying to blackball people from the hood, but the world just does not work like that. When you go do business with somebody, you want credibility.
Yeah. It's low income for a reason. The hood is low income for a reason because all the skills and all the presentation and all the things that you do within the hood do not generate value. So that's the reason why it is low income.
Talk to them.
Like that's literally what it is. Now, all the places that like the Beverly Hills, like Miami scene, and all those people have money and all those things because everywhere that you go within those area limits,
people getting right, people making money, they opening businesses, restaurants, banks, whatever the fuck they doing. Like I used to think to myself when I was younger, I would drive down like the busiest street in Montclair and be like, yo, this shit look like mad small businesses and all that, and I never realized until I got older, that's why Montclair is nice because the people there
care about the community. Yeah. They don't just care about themselves.
Exactly.
And that's the thing about the hood. Like, why the hood is so trashy and why it looks like this is because you're the same person that's probably talking that shit about why it's trash and throwing trash on the ground. You see trash on the ground and you don't go pick it up because you say, I'm too good for that. You live in the hood. Fuck you mean you too good for what? For that. That's why we have DPW. DPW is in every single hood. DPW is in every single city.
Yep.
You got to take out trash.
And it wouldn't have to be if people didn't treat that shit like shit.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason they treat it like shit is because they feel like they grew up in it the whole time. They wasn't fed a silver spoon. All the shit we was talking about. Somebody else over here is doing better, blah, blah. And then everybody thinking like that creates the hood.
Now, another thing that I will say, right? And this is why as a consistent cycle of, people not being able to do what they need to do in the hood, is that you are the generation. Yourself, you are the generation. It starts with you. You cannot think about anything else about what happened in your life. You can't think about your parents. You can't think about your parents' parents. You can't think about your ancestry line, all that shit. It starts with you. If you do not make that change, nothing will happen. So at the end of the day, you need to be able to make those changes to build that generation that you can build your family in, so that they understand that they have to carry on this type of energy and this type of work ethic to be able to, procure a better, more financial, stable family. Because if you're doing the same thing, if you're standing outside and you're not making money and doing these other things, and then most people are having kids in that same situation, how the fuck do you think that you're going to have a family and years down the line that's going to be financially okay? Because they're going to be brought up into the same situation that you was brought up, and what the reason why you can't get out, and you're not making the effort so that your kids and your family has a better opportunity than you, then bro, you are the fucking problem.
Facts. And then imagine it like this. Think of it from this perspective. Imagine you wake up, you become hardworking, you manifest all of the dreams that you ever wanted, and you have the next generation. You created opportunities for them. You changed laws, Martin Luther King shit. You're just a glorious human being. Just to see that the next generation takes what you gave them
and throws it right in garbage.
Exactly.
That's what you're doing when you don't move forward in your life. Because all of the people before us made it possible for us to live this way, made it possible for us to have a choice.
Mm-hmm. And we have that choice, and we're making the wrong ones. That's the crazy part.
And another thing, I don't want nobody to think that we're sitting here bashing the hood. We're just analyzing it. That's why it's called the hood.
Exactly.
We're just analyzing the hood.
Exactly. That needed to be said.
And we're trying to tell people that everybody battles adversity.
Exactly.
You can overcome it. You just got to adapt work ethic.
That's why we speaking on ourselves and what we've been through, because I understand exactly what you said. People might take it like we coming at them, but no, we're all going through this.
Yes.
It's all a collective effort. If everybody work on they self individually, we could all meet each other at the top.
Exactly. And at the end of the day, like we say, we call this the hood analyst, and we analyzing the hood. We're not saying that we're the hood analyst because we're from the outside saying we're analyzing the hood. No, we've lived in the hood, and we're trying to do something better. And this is the reason why we have this podcast, is to understand where that we come from and try to help people to build each other to get better. That's the reason why we have this show. We literally have this show. We bring guests on here to speak about the hood and the situations that happen. And we bring people that have came out of the hood and the reasoning why they left the hood.
That's a fact, man. That's
because
a fact.
Nobody makes it and comes back to the hood. Because once you are accustomed to the outside type of living, like, damn, yo, this is nice. Like, I didn't know that people actually live like this. You think you want to go back to the hood? You think you want to go back to struggle? Who in the right mind says, like, yeah, I'm living too well. Now I got to go struggle.
And the crazy part is, people that have succeeded, they want to go back, but they can't, because at the end of the day, it's a mentality. It's not that they don't want to go back to the black culture. Like I said earlier, we got to separate black and hood. Yeah, they want to go back and share they resources and all of their hard work and success with the people that they love. But some of those people might be infected with that hood mindset. That's the real reason that people don't go back, because they go back and they see you shining. You trying to give them opportunities. You out here living your life this certain way.
Then it's like, oh,
and they want to kill you.
Look at him. Oh yeah. He's shining. He doing better than me right now. Look at him flexing on me. Like, no, bro. I don't even care about you. like that. Like, I'm not even looking your direction. And if I really cared about you, I'll try to bring you out the hood too. But you gotta want to bring yourself out the hood.
Word.
Oh yeah, I'm doing. He's doing better than me. I gotta go crash out and go do whatever to him because he doesn't deserve that shit. I do.
That shit really be in your own head. Like,
Yeah, it's all a mindset.
I was talking to a shorty. I forgot. I can't remember the situation verbatim, but she had mentioned something that I never would have thought of in a million years. And I was just like, you thinking about that? Like, you're projecting that behavior or that reaction? Oh, this what it was. We was talking, we was texting a little bit, whatever. And I was like, I'm at work. I'll hit you up later on. I'll call you at 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock come and I called. She didn't answer. She hit me back at like 9 something. And she got kids and stuff, or whatever. So I really wasn't thinking of it in no sort of way. But she hit me back and was like, you can call now. I probably was asleep or wasn't by my phone. So the next day I get a message from her and it's like, I seen you posted on the podcast about people respecting your time and blah, blah, and da-da. You probably ain't hit me back because I didn't answer at 8 o'clock, da-da. And I was like, whoa, like you're going all the way off based on something that you're projecting on me. And that's exactly what happens in the hood. Like, niggas could be there living their life normally. You don't even gotta have shit. But if somebody across the street, like him getting out that car that certain way is flexing on me, so I'm gonna kill him. Like,
I'm gonna take what he has.
Yeah, it's in your own head. Niggas is not even thinking about your ass.
Like,
but you're thinking about them.
People want to crash out for shit that they don't have because they don't want to put in the work. They're like, oh,
get it.
They just, I got this gun. I can go and grab it because
Exactly.
I got the gun. But little do you know that there's consequences to all of your actions, right? What's better? You having the possibility of going to crash out and getting that person's materialistic things, right? And having it. And mind you, it's not yours. So say if you go steal a car or whatever, it's not yours. So the shit's going to come up on the tags that's stolen. And then you're going to definitely go to jail, right? And then crash out and lose the rest of your life for something that you could have worked to obtain. And it's really not that hard. Like, put in 5 years worth of work and you can go get the same car that person had and have it for the rest of your life and enjoy it. But now, since you want to crash out and go do all those things, now you're in a cell where you don't even have a choice to do that.
Yeah.
And then
we want shit too fast.
People go to the highest level when they say, oh, I'll go over here and get what he has, instead of going over there and asking him the question of how did you get it?
Talk to him.
And then most people are helpful.
Yep. Most people open right up and tell you exactly what they did to get where they got.
Yeah. Like, I went to school. I, did an internship where I didn't get paid for doing it because I wanted to make the connections to be able to work for this company. The company seen through my hard effort and work that I'm a valuable asset, and they hired me, and I made a good enough salary to save to be able to have good credit and have this car and buy this house and to start my family and to teach my kids the same exact things that I've worked towards so that they can have what I have and build that foundation so they can have something better than me. It's just that simple. But people don't even think that far. People only think about right now and what they could do, and they never think about the consequences or the outcomes of their actions. And that's the problem with the hood. People don't fucking think. They just do. They just do.
It's short term.
The short term, impulsive actions that lead to very bad long outcomes.
Word. Just like you said, ISO, that was so real. They do shit off of emotion. And that's why we be talking about like the shorties and stuff on this show too. Why do you think that it's a cliche? And I'm gonna use a strong word, but why do you think it's a cliche when niggas say you acting like a bitch or you acting like a girl? Because it's not just the way you moving. It's what's motivating your decisions. Emotions. You're not thinking, you're not moving logically. You're not going, all right, if I want to get this and do that, I got to put in this plan and work 2 months to be able to, now me and ISO could do this. Like, that's thinking like a dude. That's thinking logically. Yeah. But when you go, oh, I want that car because this person got it, or I want to go buy these shoes because everybody else got them. You're thinking like a girl, bro.
And then most people in the hood don't even have a plan to get out. That's the problem. They say that they want to get out, but don't even have the plan to start. Because how are you going to be able to build something that's going to be everlasting when you don't even have the plan to step forward? Like, you don't even know what's going to happen next week. You don't even have a thought process of what you're going to do next year. So, of course, you're not going to get anywhere. Like, you think that a business is just built from just snapping your fingers, and no, you got to build yourself up first, right? To get the knowledge, to get the presentation, to talk the way that you need to talk, to influence the people to work for you. That's one.
Facts.
Right? You got to build a system so that you don't have to work every single day just to keep it afloat, that you put people in the positions and have that knowledge to place people so that they can continue what you've done built. That comes all with time and all with effort. And then, yes, you may fuck up and then lose it all and then have to start again. That's fine. That's through life. Because this is the thing that me and my boy was saying, that what's better? You with the same mentality getting $5 million today, or you working 5 years, going through all of the bullshit and seeing what's wrong, what works, what I can't do in this situation, what I should be doing in this situation, and know the experience so that when you do come into that money, you will never lose it.
That is a fact, bro. That's a fact. If somebody gave me $10 million 10 years ago, it would be gone by now.
Exactly.
Definitely.
It would be gone by now. I did not have the mindset to multiply that shit, to keep that shit.
And you want to know what the funny part is too? Is that you can give the same person, right? Actually, you give two people, right? The one that has learned what to do with it and the one that doesn't know what to do with it. You can give them more money and give the person that knows what to do with it less money, and they'll still come out better than the person that has the more money.
That's a fact. That is a motherfucking fact.
Definitely.
Because, I got $10 million. I'm going to go buy a house. I'm going to go buy a Bentley. I'm going to go give this to my all these girls.
All
I'm gonna take them to
liabilities.
dates. All liabilities is not going to help you. But the person that knows what to do, I could take this $1 million. I could put $500,000 in the stock market where I could get a dividend that's going to pay me $25,000 a year. So that's money I don't have to touch. Then I could take the next $500,000 and go put it into different assets that's going to make me cash flow so that I could be able to start working and doing other things. That's how a person thinks when they have a plan. People who don't have a plan go buy shit that's liabilities. People who have a plan buy shit that is assets that's going to benefit their future.
And the thing is too, a lot of people say from the hood, like the way we speaking right now, like ISO said, we're not coming at the hood. We just declaring what's there.
Mm-hmm.
But I say that to say this. If you got $50 and me and you go to the mall, or not even the mall, let's say you my close homie or whatever, or let's just say I know you well or whatever, and it's a situation where I know how much money you got, which I would never tell. But let's say you got $50 and we go out and you got these priorities and responsibilities that you got to handle, but you take that $50 and you spend it on some bullshit anyway. Just because you get $10 million now doesn't, you're still going to be the same person. You're still going to spend your money on the same bullshit.
Huh?
So even if we in the hood, I could tell if somebody's gonna go places by what they spend their money on now, by what they doing right now, because they just being the person that they're eventually gonna become.
All money does is amplify who you are. It doesn't change you. It just amplifies the person that you are. So put it like this. I would say in the hood, and it's the only way at a base point to start doing better for yourself, is take the time to sit and analyze what you're about to do before you do it. So like, I'm going to go buy those Jordan shoes for $200, but I got a car payment that I need to go make. Now, what's the priority here? You're going to buy those shoes to put it on, and people are going to look at you and they're like, nice shoes, whatever have you. Or, right? Or you're going to go pay that car note so that your car doesn't get repossessed, so that you could be able to go to work to go make the money to go buy them shoes eventually. Because once you don't pay that car payment and you can't go to work, you get fired. All you're going to have is that one shoe that you bought. You can't go get more if you wanted to.
Talk to him.
It's just that simple.
Because you don't got the job now.
You don't got the job, and now you got to start from scratch. So learn your priorities, man. That's all it is. The hood have their priorities
and that's
fucked up.
Yeah.
And that's another thing. We got to avoid the scratch start. We do something for 3 years, and then we're back to square
Talk to
one.
Talk to
doing
him.
something else.
Time is money. So it's like the more you keep doing that, eventually it's gonna run out.
Yeah, like you can always make money, but you can never get back time. If you spent 5 years doing something, that's 5 years you can never get back. If you lost $10 million, there's ways to go make $10 million again. There's ways to go make $100 million. There's people that lost their entire company, came back, started another one, and are doing 5 times as much more money than they were doing when they had the first business.
True.
Yep. They know that time is valuable, and whatever they put their time to is gonna. You reap what you sow, man.
Yeah,
you reap what you sow.
It's literally that simple. Any last things that you guys want to say? Any things that you want to talk to Hood about that you want to give them as motivation, or
I think I dropped some good points in there. I'm gonna just say I'm gonna always speak about myself. I'll speak on other situations and all that, but when y'all come to the Hood Analyst and y'all hear me talk, I'm gonna speak on what I went through because that's what I know.
I saw you got anything to say?
And as for me, just coming up from the hood, it doesn't matter what somebody think about you. It don't matter what nobody say. As long as you feel good, then you're good.
Yeah. I would say just be happy with yourself. Be grateful for the things that's around you, because at the end of the day, some people could have been in a worse situation than you are. So just be grateful for the things that you do have, but change your mindset. Change the way that you think, because the way that you think has been, keeping you the same way that you are for years, and it's going to keep on continuing to put you in the same place unless you change your mindset.
Sirski.
This has been another episode of the Hood Analyst Podcast, where we talk about that real hood shit. And if you found any value in anything that we said today, please subscribe, follow all of the pages that we have, because all we're going to do is get better, change that hood mindset, try to change your mindset, and do better as we should. We are out.
Sirski.